It's recording. And it begins in 3, 2, 1. Coming up on TMS, those Nazis had cool stuff, I guess.
Dodgeball money.
Hello, I am Dr. PP.
I am so sick of this cake.
It's an unfortunate pairing there, the Dr. PP and the cake.
Oh, yeah, you've been sick. You're sick of the cake.
You got the wrong guy.
Look at all these bones.
Major spoilers and more. Darryl might be more. I don't know. I haven't heard from him.
We're deciding.
Yeah. On this episode of The Morning Stream.
That's another thing to remember, boys and girls. Whenever you get into real trouble, go to your nearest police officer or sheriff. You'll find him a real friend in need.
I'd show everybody what I think of that sissy stuff.
The Morning Stream, the Morning Stream, the Morning Stream, the Morning Stream,
The Morning Stream. Can you dig it? The Morning Stream.
Whoops.
Can you dig it?
I could dig it twice even.
Oh, crap. I didn't mean to do that. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to TMS. It is the morning stream for Monday, the 3rd of December, 2018. Scott Johnson here. Brian Ibbett there. Hello, Brian.
That's right. That is, all of those things are correct. The
Yeah.
way you described them here and there.
Yeah. We always vet this information before the show starts. And we can confirm with very little doubt and full evidentiary proof that I am I and you are you. So well done.
That's right. And we are all together.
That's right. Well, I hope everyone else is doing well on this otherwise snowy, miserable, icy road Monday we're having here. But I don't have to go anywhere today, so feels okay to me. But for all you commuters who are struggling in it, I feel for you. Used to be there right there with you. I don't have to do that anymore. Did take Carter to the train today, and the worry with the train is the train sometimes has to deal with the ice and the snow in a way that's not fun. But today looks like all speed ahead, so it's the commuters who are smart on the train and not the drivers. So
well, sometimes you just don't get that option, right? If the train doesn't go near where you need it to go, or the buses don't go where you need them to go, it's unfortunate. It's not, they're not bad people, Scott. They're not bad people for driving.
yeah, it is unfortunate. Like the only.
But they'll get what they deserve when they hit that traffic.
Oh
When
yeah,
hit
they
that
definitely
snow
will.
traffic.
And I know we have a couple listeners in that boat today here locally. So Godspeed. May the wind be to your back.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So I got had a big weekend. Lots of stuff happened. Very busy. We did that wedding thing on Thursday, and then immediately had full Friday and Saturday full of other stuff. Saturday had another wedding and a reception in it that was not. We didn't have to do much for it. Just show up and be there.
It would really sucked if Kim had to do food for 2 weddings in a row.
2 days in a row would have killed her. It would have been brutal.
Yeah.
But these are some old friends of ours from, I don't know, 15 years ago or something. I haven't seen him in that long. In fact, this is the guy who, I've told you the story about how me and 5 neighbor dudes all went to see Dodgeball when it came out.
Okay, yeah.
And when we got back, everyone had a great time, laughed their heads off, whatever. We get back, everyone paid me because I bought tickets ahead of time, and so everyone was supposed to give me $750 or whatever it was. And one guy gets out of the van, turns around to me, opens his wallet, pulls out $3. Okay. By the way, that's $450 short of $750.
Right? Yeah. I don't know if he thought he watched a 1984 movie.
Yeah, but may have.
Not even that.
Not
Probably
even
like
that.
a 1971 movie.
Yeah, 71 Saturday matinee.
Right? Yeah.
Babysit the kids kind of movie. Anyway, pulls out $3. And he never said a word since the movie. He was never talking about it. Didn't laugh. Was a total grump the whole way home. Gets out of the car, takes his $3 out, throws it at me, and says. He says, "That's how much that movie was worth," and slammed the door and walked away. So that's the thing that happened. And
wow.
This is the guy's kid who's getting married. So this is the dude.
Oh, funny. Okay.
And I haven't seen him since probably that day we saw that movie. I haven't seen him in that long.
Wow. All right.
So I was really curious, just kind of what this would be like or whatever. And it was fine. He was all, "Oh, hey, it's good to see you guys. It's been so long."
I'm sure he's forgotten about it. It's like, in his opinion, he got closure. Oh, bad movie? Gonna give a bad payment.
Yep.
Closure. I've gotten
I really wanted to ask him. I wanted to say, dude, did you throw the money at me because you were trying to throw something at someone like they did in Dodgeball? Like, was it because of Dodgeball?
Oh, I think that's that's giving him a lot of credit for being clever that I don't think is deserved at all.
Probably
yeah,
not.
2004 that movie came out. So for 14 years, yeah.
It's a long time.
It is a long time. I mean, regardless of whether or not you like the movie, it's not like you paid you paid less for his ticket.
Exactly. That's why it was so
paid
weird.
full price for his ticket. So
I was so nonplussed, Brian, I didn't even have a reply for this. I just went,
yeah.
All right, well, I guess we're driving on to the next house and dropping off the next guy. And other people are on the car still, and they're like, what the crap was that? Like, he really hated it, just hated the movie. I think part of it was, he's a pretty prudy dude, and I think that movie may have been not... I mean, it wasn't rated R or anything, but it was, it was a PG-13 pushing the limits kind of poop joke, sex joke
I mean,
thing.
It was like a Judd Apatow style movie. I don't think that one was a Judd Apatow, was it?
No, but it was like, it's like taking him to see Animal House or something. Like, it's kind of just a, raucous whatever. And I think it just rubbed him all the wrong ways. Like, he would only been happy if we'd have gone to see, like, Black Stallion or something stupid like that. Like, that's how this went. Anyway, we see him at this wedding. It's fine. His daughter's getting married. She's lovely. Her name is Monique, and the boy's name was Callan, but spelled kind of weird. But on the sign outside, it looks like Montague and colon. Anyway. That was just something we noticed. Just a little thing I noticed. Not a big deal.
Funny.
Happy for them. Excited for them. Had some good cake. They had great cake there. Like, there was some things to like about this wedding visit. But the fun part is I get to go with my old buddy Drew. Andrew. Drew for short. And already Andrew is short for something else. His real name is James, but he hated it, so he used his middle name Andrew his whole life. Anyway, doesn't matter. You guys have heard of Andrew before. He's actually been on some shows before, way back in the day. Extra Life Radio, he's sat in on a couple of them. One of my best friends of all time. In the 90s, inseparable. Almost every day we hung out. All the time. We played the entirety of Resident Evil 1 in my basement.
Oh, very cool.
Just one of those kind of friends. You just did everything together. You have a million little catchphrases to remember. Like, always hung out, whatever. We started having kids at the same time. It's a good time. So, he's a realtor now. In fact, he helped us get this house. And he's, he's a big boy now. A normal guy doing a business. But I don't mean he's fat. I mean, he's like,
Oh, okay. He's like, but he's all grown up.
He's all grown up.
His own thing. And okay.
Yeah. He's got kids that are slightly younger than my kids. We're all kind of in the same zone here. Went to the same high school. I didn't know him in high school, but we both went there. Anyway, that's the setup, so you know who Andrew is. He is also German heritage. His father was a World War II vet in Germany, but for the German army. Okay. So, but came to America later, became an American citizen, but originally was like fighting the Allies in Germany as a German soldier, like you do if you're a German conscripted soldier in Germany. Anyway, so it's an interesting background. He's always kind of had a lot of thoughts about German stuff. He buys Volkswagens and BMWs and things like that because he likes German cars. He's super, super into German stuff. And so he's got a lot of that in his blood or whatever. And his mom even has an accent. Oh, Andrew, thanks for coming to the Thanksgiving, yeah? Like this kind of thing. So anyway, he tells me while we decide to go to dinner because we haven't seen each other in a while and we're all hanging out. And he says to me, I hesitate to tell people another part of this. I won't. I'll hold off on the other thing. But anyway, he says to me, he leans over and he goes,
oh, now I really want to know the other
well,
thing.
I can tell you. It's just that he's kind of, how do I put this? When things got politically weird a couple years ago, I went, despite my history as a Republican voter typically, and I was registered as such for a while and that sort of thing, I really rebel against this sort of Trump stage rat. I really hate it, and for lots and lots of reasons. And people call me a libtard for it, but I don't know why they think that. I have very core differences with the man, and that's well known. So he went kind of the other way. I won't say he's like full Trump supporter, but he's like every night watching Fox News. Like he's really into that whole other end of it. Big gun proponent, has a bunch of guns, very safe, very rational, reasonable gun owner. Got this big safe, and does all the stuff you're supposed to do. But But anyway, that really doesn't have any impact on this. I just want to put that out there because the following statement that he made is a real crack up for me. Okay. And keep in mind, I have no negative feelings about Drew. He's my best friend in the world. He always has been. I can always count on a good time when I'm hanging out with Andrew. We talk and laugh and just have a blast. And that was true Saturday night. But at this dinner, he leans over to me and he goes, you know, I don't really like the Nazis, but I really, really think they had cool shit. That was his line. So that was his example. Oh, sorry, Chad. Here we go. There. But that was him swearing, so he owes me a quarter. But anyway, yeah, right. I go, what? And it came out kind of nowhere, like he's just saying. He says, yeah, I mean, I don't agree with Nazis, what they believe, or getting rid of a whole ethnic part of people and, killing millions of people. That's all bad and everything. But they had some really cool stuff. Yeah, it really depends on specifically what cool stuff you're talking about. Yeah. You're not talking about the... not gas chambers, not like, gas chambers, yeah. testing on young children at camps or any of that. His thing was their airplanes, some of their bombers are really cool. Mm-hmm. They had like really efficient, well-made war hardware and that's what he was referring to. And I say, I probably wouldn't just say that out loud places. Probably a bad idea to do that. And now here's the best part. After that conversation, I got my phone out and something reminded me. He said something about James Bond because we used to watch all the Bonds together all the time. Sure. And I said, "Oh, did you hear? It's like serious consideration for Idris Elba. He'd be awesome." I said. Mm-hmm. He goes, and right as he says what he's about to say, black waiter walks over to the table. The guy's been helping us bring this food and everything. Yeah. He's a nice African-American guy, tipped him well. He's a super cool dude. Right as he's walking over the table, Drew says, "You can't have a black James Bond," as loud as he could. Oh, no. So I'm like, all right, you like Nazi stuff. Not the Nazis necessarily, but you like the Nazi stuff, and you really have a problem with, you can't change the race. I said, well, how do you feel about Nick Fury? And he goes, what do you mean Nick Fury? He's always been Samuel L. Jackson. I said, no. No, he hasn't. He was David Hasselhoff once. Let's not get into that too far. Well, but, and the comics. He was a white guy with like gray sideburns. It proves what a not nerd he is because he goes, wait, he was a white guy in the comics? I'm like, yes. I go, you're only not having a problem with this because you only know him as Samuel L. Jackson, so you've made this assumption and you're cool with it. And he's like, oh, yeah. But I'm like, this waiter's right there when you're yelling about how you can't have a black guy in a white guy role. I don't know. It was just funny. So this whole, Nazis make cool stuff and no black guys can be James Bond. Just a brilliant good time at the Blue Lemon restaurant. Yeah. Yeah. A little awkward, but still probably better than the guy who threw money at you. Oh, yeah. Still better than that. And that guy got, he looks identical to what he did when he threw the money at me, except he's much larger, both width and, well, just width, really. He just hasn't gotten any taller. And we used to tease this guy because he used to wear a suit all the time, and when he'd walk past you, it would go kind of George Costanza style, like that one episode with the suit, like a corduroy suit, or probably not a corduroy because then it'd be really loud. But it was like a polyester or whatever. But you could hear his thighs. Yeah, his thighs were making friction, and you could hear it. And he also has really tiny hands. So Drew and I are always like, little hands, foot. We were always making this joke, and when we got there at the wedding, we're like, oh, he's got it was too loud there to tell, but there's no way he's still not making noise with his thighs. There's no way. Of course he is, and he's still got little tiny hands. And he gave me a great big hug and went, ho, and I said, give me my $4.50. Not really, I didn't do that. I wanted to do that, but I didn't do it. Right. Give me my $2. Yeah, give me my money, damn it. Anyway, that was my fun time. How was your weekend? What'd you do? My weekend was good. We went Friday night. We went downtown. There's an annual event called the Parade of Lights that goes on usually the Friday after Thanksgiving, usually Black Friday, right? Mm-hmm. They have this parade, and because of that, because of its timing, I usually don't get to go to it because of Coverthon being that day. Yeah. So because of the way Thanksgiving was a week early, they decided to have it on the last Friday. I guess it's probably the last Friday and Saturday of the month, but last Friday is the first night of it. And it's just basically, Denver's version of the Main Street Electrical Parade from Disneyland, except it's got a Christmas theme to it. Mm-hmm.
And so Tina and I are like, oh, we're going to go do it this year. We're totally going to do it. And so we go out to dinner with the crazy neighbors, and they've decided they're not going to go out with us afterwards, or downtown with us afterwards. We're like, all right, great, we'll grab dinner with them, we'll drive separately, and then we'll head down there ourselves.
Yeah.
And because of the way late things happened, a couple people who were joining us for dinner showed up late, and service was a little bit slow at the restaurant. Basically, we left the restaurant around the time that the parade started, and we had to get to the light rail because we weren't going to park downtown. There wasn't going to be any parking downtown for blocks, so we had to race down there, and we get down there, we're like, the parade's probably over. That's right, let's go get some spiked hot chocolate. We'll walk around this shopping area, and then as we're rounding the corner, we see the last couple floats of the parade. We're like, oh my god, there it is, let's go. And so we hightail it down the 16th Street Mall, this big walking mall, and catch up to the end of the parade. Now the streets are all closed off, and people lining both sides of the street, but once the parade has gone by, once the last float goes by, you just walk in the middle of the street anyway, because like you said, the streets are closed off to regular traffic. It's totally safe. So Tina and I actually got right behind the last float, and we're like jogging, kind of catching up with it. It's the Santa float. We're like running to catch up with it. We're seeing a few more of the floats that are right in front of that one, kind of going around. It's like, all right, I feel like we saw like 3 or 4 floats from the Parade of Lights. I'm going to call this a win.
Yeah.
And then we celebrated by going over to the German Christmas village, where we saw a Donald Trump Russian nesting doll.
Yeah, look at this. So, Chad, I'm putting up an image Brian sent me of all this stuff. There's a Trump nesting doll. He's got a Putin next to him.
Right now, so we walk up there and we see this thing, and we're like, oh my god, look at that Trump nesting doll. And then there's a Putin right next to it, and the Harry Potter right behind it. And all right, this is kind of funny. And so we leave, and then like a minute after we leave, I say, God, I really want to know what's inside the Trump doll. Like, is it going to be a little Putin? Is it going to be, Ivanka and then a Donald Jr.? Like, is it going to be the whole family?
Right. Because that's the whole point, right? If you're going to do a nesting doll.
Exactly. I think I may have even texted you and said, I think there might be a big turd in the middle of it.
Yeah, there might be just a poo in there. It's probably a poo. Yeah.
But so I say we have to go back there, and I'm going to give you my phone, Tina, because I've got to open this up and we got to take a picture of it.
Yeah.
So I open it up, and there is the most sad looking Obama, like not a bad portrait of Obama, but a portrait of Obama where he looks so sad to be inside the Russian nesting doll.
Oh, he looks miserable in this. Look, chat, here's that picture.
He absolutely
does. That's in the Trump doll. What was inside the Obama? Anything past that?
I didn't open it up, but I'm assuming that it would have been a W.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense, because you go down in order. Right.
Just go down in order, and so then you'd have a little... And it makes me think, all right, would the tiniest one be a little kind of butt plug phallic shaped Bill Clinton? Would that be like
It had to be before that, right? It had to be like a butt plug shaped, who took over after Nixon left?
You think it went that far?
Well, I don't know. How tiny did they get? I don't know.
Well, I don't think they'd go all the way back to Johnson. I wouldn't even think that they'd make it to Carter, because usually those things are like, well, here, I've got one.
Well, you have one. Did you pick one up?
No, I have one.
Oh,
I have one
okay.
that I mean, if this doesn't look like a giant butt plug, I don't know what does, but it's an unpainted Russian nesting doll. And I've been trying to decide what I'm going to do as far as like, kind of wanted to do the Fantastic Four, like have the thing on the big one, and then you go in and it's the Human Torch, or have, my first idea was to do like, regular dude on the outside. Then you open it up and his flesh is starting to decay. And then the middle, like the very center one, it's like a zombie.
Oh yeah, I've seen. My daughter has one of those. She has that exact thing.
Like that?
Yeah, that exact nesting doll. I know. There's no good ideas left, dude. They're all gone. Everyone's taken all the ideas. I don't know if you've noticed. The internet sucks. It's ruined ideas.
I know, exactly.
But anyway,
so all right,
let's see what you
got. We're
got.
down to 3.
So wait, is it you're gonna pan paint that? I want you to do this. Why don't you do that?
I will. I just have to decide on what the perfect, quote unquote, perfect thing was.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah, I was gonna do a Sergeant Pepper's thing, and they actually had one of those there, like again, right by the Putin and Trump nesting dolls.
We got to think of one. that's not.
So
yeah.
there's 5.
Okay,
So you
5.
get
So
your,
let's see.
Yeah, you get your Trump, Obama,
40. Who
Bush
was 40?
Jr.,
40 was Reagan.
Clinton.
So you'd have Reagan, right? Reagan would have been your tiny butt plug.
No, because you'd have.
Because if there's
You
5,
wouldn't go all the way 40. You'd go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 41 would be. So Bush Senior would be the small one here.
Oh, because there's he's
There's
included.
no-
there's
yeah.
5 total, right? Got it. Okay.
Exactly.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah, Bush Senior, who just passed away. How ironic.
Maybe I need an idea. So give me a killer idea for what to do with these Russian nesting dolls and
Yeah.
all.
What do y'all think, chat? Maybe he just needs to paint 5 butt plugs. There you go. Nailed it. Perfect. I love. My wife loves places like this. So the minute you sent me that picture, I almost had like a visceral reaction of like, oh my gosh, this may as well be Kim sending me this picture. She loves this crap.
Oh, yeah. Totally. Oh, TMS nesting doll. So it would have Scott on the outside, me in the second spot. Then
who would be next?
I know. See, that's the battle for third. Tom Merritt, probably.
Well, we could double side that. We could double side that thing. So you put me on one
so there'd
side,
be
you
the 3
on
in
the
the
other.
center. Monday, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, but then we get no Wendy.
Oh yeah, Wendy wouldn't be in there. Maybe she could be just a little rolled up piece of paper in the middle or something that has advice on it. Like, just don't be addicted to porn.
Jury and Bill back to back on that second one.
Yeah, you just have your back to backers, and you have Darryl with nothing to say on the first one. He doesn't have anything to say because it's Monday and there's no Star Trek news. Get it, Darryl? Get it,
John Florida, 1968. Good idea. What song's been covered by 5 different artists? Like, if you do 5 monumental covers, you start with no one would recognize Little Ava, but you start with Little Ava.
Yeah.
And she did the original version of the Locomotion. Then you go in one, you got Grand Funk Railroad in the second one. You get Kylie Minogue in the third one or something like that.
Yeah.
God, this thing is a noisy
That's a really loud squeaker,
Yeah.
Never do one of those in public. Hey, so what's this Brad Singh, Stephanie Axe, and Sam Stash?
Oh, that was the other thing that I did over the weekend. So we went and saw Star is Born.
Oh.
And see, this is me because here's what would happen. I'd put in here, Brian saw Star is Born over the weekend, and you go, well, tell me what you did, Brian. I hear you went and saw Star is Born. I'm like, okay.
No, it's good. This is code. I like it. I like it.
It's code.
Yeah.
So we went and saw Star is Born, which it's weird because I guess just because it's been out for such a long time, it is already starting to kind of wane and be shown in fewer theaters and at weird times and that sort of thing. We couldn't see it during the week. We had to wait till this weekend. Right. And so we saw a 3:00 afternoon show on Saturday. Dude, I'm here to tell you, it's really, really good. I think it's the first Star is Born movie I've seen, and that's a movie that's been done at least 3 other times.
Yeah, I think so.
With Judy Garland as the main actress, and then Barbara Streisand is another one, and
that was the only one I was familiar with. Was the Streisand and dirty old convoy guy. What's his name? Who's the convoy guy? What's his name? Chris Christopherson. Yeah, that's the only one I know. Them naked on the front, black and white.
Janet Gaynor and Frederick March in the original 1937.
Oh, that's really old. Jeez.
Version. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Anyway, I haven't seen any of the other versions of this movie, but I'm here to tell you, here you got an actor, Bradley Cooper, who's doing a movie where he has to sing and does a really good job.
It's him, right? Singing. It's not someone else faking it.
It's him singing,
right.
And I gotta say, when he's not singing, he sounds a lot like Chris Christopherson. I was like, God, who is he sounding like? Is it Chris Christopherson? No, I know who it is. And I'll get to that in a second. Oh. And then you've got Lady Gaga, who's doing a great job of acting.
Yeah.
And
I hear she's great in it. Yeah.
Amazing performance.
Sweet.
And then you got Sam Elliott, who plays Bradley Cooper's brother. And then it hits me, oh, that's exactly who Bradley Cooper sounds like, is Sam Elliott.
His brother, what is he? A brother is 50 years older than his other brother? Like, how old is he supposed to be?
Yeah, there's a big age difference between the brothers, but
wow. I love Sam Elliott though.
Yeah. No, TVZ on. He doesn't sound like Rocket Raccoon in this film at all, dude.
Yeah,
I mean, he sounds like Chris Christopherson. Yeah, I'm gonna get you up on stage and I want to hear you do some singing.
Who knew that the bit player from Alias would go on to be such a versatile actor, man?
I thought that exact same thing during the film. I'm like, he was like the nerdy friend of Sidney Bristow. He was literally the last person in the world to find out that Sidney Bristow was a secret agent.
Yeah. He just lapped everybody and just is killing it. I think that's really impressive and awesome that he did that. But Sam Elliott's always great. If he's in a movie, I take comfort in that. Get it?
Yes.
Because that's what he says in the that dude movie. That's the guy.
But dude, Andrew Dice Clay is in this and does a great job. Dave Chappelle is in the movie.
Wait, Dave Chappelle. Oh yeah, the comedian did. I love Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, as opposed to the celebrity chef Dave Chappelle.
Well, is it like a dramatic role, or is he being a comedian, or what's his deal?
It's a dramatic role.
Oh, I love him. That sounds great. I love him.
It's really good. Yeah, it's really worth saying. I'll bet, just because it is so early, I'll bet between now and beginning of February when the Oscars are done. This is a shoo-in for one of the Best Picture nominees. But I bet between now and then it'll be available for streaming rental or Blu-ray or whatever. So
yeah, no, I want to see it. Kim wants to see it. We all want to see this.
Then you should go see it.
Yeah, not since Lady Gaga jumped down into the stadium have I been as excited to see her as I am now. So very cool.
Yeah.
And I hear she can actually act, which is also very cool. All right.
She really can. Yeah.
I think it's time for a little bit of the Dunaway.
Prepare for a mouthful of the Dunaway.
Ooh, I don't want a mouthful, though, do you? I don't. I definitely don't want that. That sounds gross. Let's see if I can find it. Why can't I find it? Here it is, right here. Hey, everybody, look who it is. It's Brian Dunaway, who's with us all the way from sunny, beautiful, not cold South Carolina. Right?
Oh, sure. It's a little bit nasty outside, a little bad weather.
What is it, 75? A brisk 75 out there?
It's a freezing 66 degrees now. It's actually we got down into like the 40s this morning. So
that's adorable.
It's good.
Yeah.
But no. I mean, it's so nasty outside that it's just been raining like forever. It just won't go away. It's like,
yeah. Well, we had a lot of rain for 3 days, and now it's all snowing. It's like 15 degrees outside. So
boo-hoo. You get the pretty rain.
Oh, yeah. It's real pretty.
The light, fluffy rain. The only precipitation we get is the kind that floods your basement.
Well, you don't want that. I agree with that. Hey, there was something about South Carolina I was going to ask you. What was it? Shoot. It was
who's the number one state in the union?
No. No. Who? I don't remember. It seemed important. Or maybe I was thinking North Carolina.
They're not even number one if you sort them alphabetically, starting with the word South.
Hey, we're number one. If other people can claim themselves to be number one by whatever metric they want, we can also call ourselves metric.
Well, what's your number? What's your number one? What are you number one in? What do you got?
We're number one at being the state where Brian's from.
Perfect. Nailed it. I love it. We're going to accept your calls here for people at home. 801-471-0462. If you'd like to win a rad prize package from Brian Ibbett today, this is your chance to do said thing. That is 801-471-0462. Call now, and you could be a winner. While we wait for that first call.
And we may be able to listen to you.
Yes.
We will see.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're going to see. By the way, and if you need any enticement, really, really big prize today. StarCraft Legacy of the Void Collector's Edition, courtesy of Rob Horn, who won last week. Like, he won a prize last week and said, it's my way of giving back.
Oh, he did? Really. Oh, hello. Hi. Are you there?
Hi.
Hi.
It's Leslie, Logan's mom.
Oh, hi, Logan's mom. Hi.
Leslie.
Oh, it's Leslie, Logan's mom.
Hello.
Sorry, that bell came in so quick and loud. It caught us all off guard. It's lovely having you here. It's very nice to have you. I'm always curious how the boy's doing, but every time you'll post something or put a picture up or whatever, I realize how fast he's growing up, and I don't like how time is passing. So you're like this weird indicator of time passing. As Logan went from a small infant that I could carry at BlizzCon 20, whatever it was, and now he's like, I don't know, college now? Where is he now? What's going on? He's not that old.
How old are you now, Logan? 5.
He's 5. See, that's crazy. 5.5?
Yeah, he's home now. He's homesick today. Yeah.
Oh, poor kid. Or he's faking it because that's when you start learning how to do it.
Oh no, that cough is horrible. His energy level is still up, but they would not accept him in those doors.
Well, there
Listen,
you go.
I would make up stories just so I could stay home and watch Days of Our Lives, but whatever he needs to do, that's just fine.
You know,
Indeed.
they stream that now. You can time shift that. David.
Oh, you can. Well, that's fantastic. Well, you're going to get to play today. Brian, will you explain today's rules, what you could win, and what our topic is, please?
That's right, Leslie Logan's mom, who hated the movie Rat Race. I'm going to give Scott and Brian Dunaway a topic, and they're going to go back and forth with answers for that topic. If one of them gives a wrong answer, repeated answer, they take too long to come up with an answer, the win is going to go to the other player. Your job is to predict who is going to come out on top based on today's topic. Today, as I mentioned, you are playing for a copy of StarCraft Legacy of the Void Collector's Edition, courtesy of Rob Horn, who won last week, and I think also lives in California, so this may be a nice, easy shipment if you win today.
Yeah.
And let's see here. The topic today is... Oh, this is cool. This one comes from Jeremy Dennis. He co-hosts a Transformers podcast called Transmissions, and they... working with another project called Electronic Saviors, raise money for cancer charities, blah, blah, blah. They recently released a cover album of the 1986 Transformers movie soundtrack, and I played a cover from it on TMS number 1192. Let's get to the question. Since the Transformers show and the Transformers album, they wanted to see if you guys could name as many Transformers from the first episode of the 1980s cartoon. So, in that episode, there were, it looks like 37 Transformers that were mentioned in that first episode.
Oh, mentioned. So they could either be mentioned or shown. Okay.
Yes. That appeared in that episode.
Okay.
I was hoping mentioned because I would totally argue that. I'm like, oh yeah.
Yes. Roughly. Let's just say roughly 30. Let's say roughly 30 of them were shown in that first episode. I want to see how many of those you guys can name. And Leslie, now that you've had some time to think about it, who do you think is going to win on this one?
I'm going to go, I think Brian's going to win, and Scott should start.
All right.
All right.
Here goes. You ready for this?
Dunaway for the win. Let's see which one Scott goes with first.
I think I'm going to start with Optimus Prime. Let's get him out of the way.
Of course, yes.
You paused weird. Don't pause like that, Brian.
Well, because you'd think that he would be listed as first.
Yeah.
He was the 13th. He was the 13th one shown.
Right.
In the episode. Didn't you think he would have been like one of the first ones shown?
I would have also thought that, but that pause just about gave me a heart attack. I'm like, what? How is there no
sorry,
Optimus
Scott.
Prime?
That was a dumb answer.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, Dunaway.
All right, Brian.
Well, now you got me worried because now I'm like going, surely they must introduce Megatron's character in the first episode. You know how those shows are? You're like, oh, what all happened in that first episode? And you always get it wrong. So I'm going with Megatron. I feel like it would be foolish not to have him in that first episode there.
Okay. They would have been foolish. And they weren't.
Right.
16th Transformer shown in that episode.
Well, it took him a long time to show him.
Well, he came along later. They didn't. You don't introduce the bad. Well, you can introduce the bad guy.
Was he? He was by then. He was a gun, right? They could turn into a gun.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, sorry, my brain just farted. Ratchet.
We heard. Ooh, Ratchet.
Ratchet. Wow.
That's
With or without
wow.
Clank. Yes. Number 18. 18th Transformer shown.
Okay. Oh, it's dangerous. Is there a limit? Is there a top? I mean, I guess there's a limit because there's a total.
You guys will run out. You guys will run out before you come up with all 30 of these.
All right.
Well, you got to go with Optimus Prime's right-hand man, Bumblebee. The little Bumblebee's got to be there.
Bumblebee. Well, there you go. The second.
Well, that's because he basically starts the story. He's our first interaction with Transformers. So yeah,
I could see that.
At least. Yeah, it feels like he is in the movies. I've never seen the cartoon, or the first episode of the cartoon. I'm sure I saw an episode of the cartoon, but feels like he's kind of the earthly introduction to the Transformers in the cartoon as well.
Please tell me Soundwave's in this.
Ooh, was he in the first one though?
Soundwave is the 10th.
Interesting.
Shown in that episode.
Really? They showed Soundwave before.
Yeah, he was always scouting, so that makes sense.
Yeah, he was always doing recon. He's awesome. He's my favorite Transformer.
Boombox, right?
Yeah, he's a boombox that shot the tape out.
He had various.
And in that new Bumblebee, he shows up and he fires off one of those tapes and it turns into that dog or cat or whatever it is. It looks great. You know what? I think I know why I'm excited about Bumblebee, and I shouldn't be. I think I am because of that. Just because Soundwave shows up and poops the animal form of the tape out. Oh.
Yeah, and then there's a whole bunch of kids watching this going, what the heck is that thing shooting out of him? What's
That's so true, but I loved that.
Maybe if it was a piece of some vinyl.
Yeah, a little vinyl. I get it. Oh, they like tapes now. They're starting to like tapes.
Oh, that's true. Cassettes are coming back.
Lame.
Which they shouldn't.
They really shouldn't.
Right.
It's so stupid. Anyway.
All right. Back to you, Brian.
Well, to continue our conversation from last week, Scatman Crothers was there as Jazz Shirley.
He was the 15th.
Who's Jazz Shirley?
Yes, Jazz Shirley.
Jazz Shirley. Got it.
Shown right before Megatron chronologically.
Right.
For some reason.
All right.
Yep.
Now I'm questioning everything. Jeez.
And for the record, you guys ran out of Transformers I could name
Like
about
20 minutes
3
ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say 3 or 4. I'd be able to name Bumblebee and Optimus Prime. Maybe Megatron. I would have come.
Oh,
Starscream's
Starscream. Did we already say Starscream?
Oh.
No,
you didn't. So good job, both of you.
Really?
Oh, he say Starscream as well? When did he say it?
Did. I said it right as you were saying it. I thought we had
didn't
said
hear
it too.
I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you say it.
Yeah. Third, and the first of the Decepticons that we see in the show.
Okay.
Right.
Oh,
right.
Yeah, he was an ass.
Yeah, he was an ass.
He was, and he was played by Tom Kenny, by the way, the voice of SpongeBob
really?
SquarePants. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway, I just knew that. I knew that from something I watched somewhere.
Right. Now, Scott, did you actually say Ratchet?
He did. He actually said Ratchet.
Yeah, I actually
Sucker.
said Ratchet.
You weren't supposed to tell me that.
Yeah.
Oh, good point. What are we thinking?
Yeah.
I'm brilliant.
Yeah, that'll never happen again.
Yeah, we'll see. Okay, so I'm trying to think. In the first episode, though, there were so as one of my favorites was Ironhide, but I'm just not 100% sure he was in that first one.
Well,
it was one of the toys I had. I'm gonna go with Ironhide.
All right.
That's a good plan, because now that you've said it, if you didn't say it and Scott said it, then he would have gotten the point. You get the point. Ironhide, the 19th Transformer shown in the episode.
I'm running out here. Was what's the name?
That's it. There was one Transformer called Vroom.
There was one called Freeway. Character called Freeway.
Freeway.
Is there a freeway? That sounds right, but it doesn't seem right. It seems like it's no, but it seems like
that was
maybe.
the name of the dog on Heart to Heart, wasn't it? Or not Heart to Heart, but there was somebody at a
Heart
dog
to Heart. See, when Brian was watching Heart to Heart, the rest of us were watching cool shows on TV in the 80s.
I had a massive crush on Stephanie Powers, man.
Really?
Something about her, yes.
Oh
I don't know why, because I look now and it's like, I guess she's all right, but there was something about.
I was watching Knight Rider and freaking Magnum PI while Brian's over there watching Heart to Heart. This is all known. This is known.
Yeah,
it is known.
It's true. And Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say either of us really wins.
No. We kind of lose on both ends.
Having watched both, I think that we kind of both messed on that one. Hey, Freeway was no. There's no Freeway.
Damn
it! Congratulations. You're a winner.
Is there a way to confirm that that's even a character? It's just jumping out into my head. Here, I'll look it up.
Yeah,
it's a smart choice, because most of the Autobot cars were named like weird stuff like Wheelie and all these car-related terms.
Oh, there he is.
Free jack.
He is there.
I swear there's a free jack. Is there a free jack? That sounds like right, but I'm down thinking. But I didn't
You're
say it.
close. The first Transformer shown on that episode was Wheeljack.
Wheeljack. That's it.
I'll give you all the rest of them here. By the way, yes, BioCow, I never saw an episode of Jake and the Fat Man, but yes, John Florida, 1968. Moonlighting was my jam. I was all about watching Moonlighting, Cagney and Lacey, House Calls with Trapper John.
Dude,
Right.
you had it's so fun to hear the stuff you were into everything my mom was into.
I know, I probably was. And it probably was because I was watching it with my folks, but even when I had my own TV in my room, I'd still watch the same garbage.
Were you watching GoBots? Ibit? Is that what you were watching?
No, I didn't watch GoBots. If they would have made a Micronauts cartoon, dude, I would have been 100% all over it.
Did they not make a night?
No,
They didn't make
no.
one.
Marvel Comics had a great.
There was Micro Machines, but that's not the same.
No.
Yeah, definitely not the same.
No,
thing.
Micronauts
Marvel
was
Comics
amazing.
had a great Micronauts comic for a while.
Yeah, I love the comic.
And is based on the toys. But
all right, confirmed by the way. Freeway was a Gen 1 Autobot. It says here, cruel and foul-mouthed. Freeway is the Autobot's self-appointed king of comedy. Makes himself very unpopular as a result. Blah blah blah. But he did not show up in the first episode. So
interesting.
Yeah. Here is your list of the first episode, by the way: Wheeljack, Prowl, Trailbreaker, Sideswipe, Cliff Jumper. I swear they sound like Jean-Claude Van Damme movies. Hound, Hauler, Sunstreaker, Blue Streak, Huffer.
Huffer.
Yeah. Wow. I'm just gonna hang back here.
You guys go ahead.
I'm good. Yeah.
Mirage, Brawn, Gears,
Mirage. Yeah.
Wind Charger, Thundercracker, Skywarp, Laser Break, Shockwave, Reflector, Rumble, and Ravage.
Wow. All right.
You didn't say Shockwave?
No, we didn't say Shockwave.
Yes. Neither of you. You said Soundwave, but not Shockwave.
Ah.
Yeah, we didn't do it. Well, that means that Stephanie won, and she deserves it because she's super nice, and we really like her and her family.
No, Leslie.
Or I meant Leslie. I say Stephanie because I'm looking at Stephanie in the thing. Sorry, my bad.
And Leslie did not win because she bet on. Oh
no,
sorry,
she said
Dunaway.
She said Dunaway would win. Yeah, she totally wins.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yes.
So all you gotta do is send Brian an email, coverville@gmail.com, Stacy, and we'll look forward to hearing from you. Just kidding. Say hi to Logan and the family, and we'll see you later. Well done. Congratulations. All right. Yeah, she totally won. So you're gonna get rid of that stuff. Hey, next game that we're gonna play. Hold on.
Tea.
This is on Wednesday. We will be giving away tea and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee.
Ooh, so you got the Pikachu and the Eevee. You're giving away the Eevee.
Giving away the Eevee. Eevee, brand new in the package, currently unwrapped, or wrapped rather, unopened, I should say. And that is for, of course, the Nintendo Switch. And I will ship this to whoever wins Wednesday. I just want to give you a heads up that this is what's on the table next week, or 2 days from now, rather. So there you go. Brian Dunaway, today you and I will do the Boop Show.
Yeah, we will.
And it will be glorious.
So beautiful.
3:30 Mountain Time.
Roll out.
Roll out. All right. Well, that all went just great.
That's super cool.
It went real good. Good prize, good stuff. Well
That's
done,
a
Leslie.
Great prize, yeah. And Logan is just getting to the age where he could probably start learning how to play StarCraft: Legacy of the Void and become a master by by the time StarCraft 3 comes out.
His APMs will be off the chart.
Exactly.
Let us know how that goes. All right. Let's do a quick bit of news.
This is your radio newscaster with another exclusive sensational summary of world and local events.
News is brought to you by a thing I already mentioned. So do you have anything you want to mention? You got anything cool popping today?
Yeah, someday on TMS we're going to play the game Name a TV show from the 70s or 80s, and Brian will tell you if you watched it instead of watching Dukes of Hazzard.
Battlestar Galactica. Did you watch that?
Oh, loved Battlestar. And amplified by my grandparents taking me to Universal Studios, in which the tram goes right through that first thing.
Yeah.
I wasted so much Kodak Instamatic 20-roll film on taking pictures inside that little hut that's got the...
That's fantastic.
All the Cylons in
I'm impressed. How about, okay, let me try one more.
All right, one more.
So I'm trying to think of shows you would have watched instead of Knight Rider. How about Falcon Crest?
No, I never watched any of the nighttime soaps. No Dynasty, no Falcon Crest, no Dallas.
All right.
Grandparents loved Dallas.
I watched Dallas only because it was on after Dukes, and then they had that whole thing with Who Shot JR, and that was kind of a big deal. But that was it, really. Didn't really actually care about it much.
Never watched Crazy Like a Fox, but I remember it being on TV. I never watched 10 Speed and Brown Shoe.
Tom's favorite show, by the way. Tom loves
10
that
Speed
show.
and Brown Shoe? Really?
It's his favorite show, 10 Speed and Brown Shoe. Had a very young, tall actor, Jurassic Park.
Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum, yeah.
Yeah, wasn't one of them a robot?
I don't think so.
No? Okay, then I'm thinking of a different show. There was a show with like a couple buddy cops, and one of them was a robot.
Oh,
and,
that's not Riptide, but it's and there was a
by the way,
nerd in it.
Loved Simon and Simon, and watched a little bit of Riptide.
Maybe it was Riptide. Which one had the nerd that had the robot that would like?
That was the nerd that was Riptide had the nerd that had the robot, but no, I'm thinking it was like it was a buddy cop show, not Hardcastle in the Corner. But there was one, I totally watched Cagney and Lacey. That's why I was so excited to see Tyne Daly in Buster Scruggs.
Yeah, it's really good in that.
I did not watch Scarecrow and Mrs. King. Loved Heart to Heart. Never watched any Remington Steele.
Let's see.
Holmes and Yo-Yo. That was it. Evan the Attorney. That's exactly it. Holmes and Yo-Yo. You can see why I'd confuse that with 10 Speed and Brown Shoe,
yeah,
right?
No kidding. Okay, I'm looking at a picture of Riptide, though, but they had this freaking robot, this orange robot. Yeah. It's not that.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. 10 Speed and Brown Shoe. I'm sorry. Holmes and Yo-Yo was the like buddy cop and buddy cop show, and Yo-Yo was a robot, and it was the guy, him, like not Max Schreck, because that was the guy who played the Nosferatu, but it's a dude. Oh my God, this is I've got to totally find this.
All right.
Holmes and Yo-Yo.
I'm in.
This actor who played John Shuck.
John
see why
Shuck?
I confuse. Yeah, okay. John Shuck. Look at an old photo of John Shuck, and you'll absolutely say, "Oh yeah, he was on MASH."
Oh, this guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know this guy.
He was a robot, and
he was the robot.
Yes.
I have no idea. Is he still with us? He was a Klingon. There's a picture of him as a Klingon.
Probably was, yeah.
Something or other, but he's a weird looking dude.
Yeah, I've got the YouTube video of the opening to the show. I'm going to watch that during the, or I guess I'm not going to watch it during the Indie in the Middle. I'll watch it after the episode today.
Did he die? Hold on.
John Shuck? I don't know.
No, he's still with us. 78 years old.
Good.
Still kicking it. Good job, John Shuck.
Still alive and still acting, says John FL 1968.
Yeah, still knocking it out. All right, we're gonna do a quick story.
Holmes and Yo-Yo. Yes, let's actually do some news.
I'm gonna do one piece of news and save the rest for tomorrow because of time. Here's your news for today. A Florida doctor accused of peeing on himself and confessing love to the deputy during his DUI arrest. This is the kind of doctor you want, I'm telling you. A Florida doctor peed on himself and repeatedly confessed his love to a deputy on Wednesday during his second arrest, according to the Lake County Sheriff's Office. This is, of course, in Florida. Deputy said an employee of a restaurant called them to report that the staff had kicked out a man, later identified as Mohammed Chowdhury, because he was too intoxicated. About 15 minutes later, an employee from the Publix on U.S. Highway 27 in Claremont also called 911 and reported a silver car that was being driven in circles in the parking lot. Deputy arrived at the parking lot, found him driving in the parking lot, but then made a U-turn and eventually parked when he saw the patrol car. His eyes were bloodshot and glassy, and he smelled of alcohol. Not his eyes, his whole body did. He was also...
So he was rolling in vodka.
Yeah, he was drinking it. He was also unable to stand without swaying and unable to maintain balance. The arresting deputy said he continuously stated that he loved me over and over, and he had urinated on himself. Not on yourself. It's more like in yourself, right? You can't pee on yourself, can you?
I mean, I guess if you're peeing fully clothed, you're peeing on yourself.
But no one ever says, "Oh, sorry, I peed on myself," or do you say, "I peed myself"?
I think you just say peed myself. You don't say in or on or anything. There's no.
Yeah. I think they should just say, "I peed myself." Is what the man peed himself. That's what you should say. Anyway, he agreed to have a field sobriety test, which he failed miserably. Determined he was too inebriated to be driving, so he's out of there. Good job. You don't want that doctor anywhere near you, is my thinking.
No, God.
So there's that.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's real good stuff.
I love that. I love you.
Yeah.
I love you.
Yeah. Doesn't say whether the policeman or police person was a man or woman, or it probably doesn't matter. He's so drunk he didn't know. But, if it's a lovely man, sure, that's fine. Whatever, man. If you got your,
Sure.
do what you got to do. We don't care. We're not here to judge. We're just here to say.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know exactly. Maybe he. I mean, there's so many directions this could go. Maybe he's a closeted homosexual who likes men, and this is his way of when his inhibitions are down, he feels like he can be himself. I don't know.
Yep. Out the closet. Out the closet you go.
It was like gonna give every possible grouping of male suspect and female or male police officer.
Exactly.
And say, explain why that would be fun.
Could go 100 ways.
Exactly.
Final note here: an Indian corpse smuggler arrested with 50 human skeletons in his closet.
Oh.
Or his luggage. Sorry.
It's like 50 heads in a duffel bag.
That's a terrible movie, and I wouldn't see it. Oh, wait, wasn't there? There was a movie called that, wasn't it?
Eight heads in a duffel bag was the movie, yes, and it wasn't very good.
Another one of these like Tarantino ripoffs that came out.
It really
that
was,
time.
yeah, exactly.
Hate that stuff. Some of it I like, but most of it's bad. Indian police are investigating a skeleton smuggling gang after a man was caught with skulls and bones of 50 different people on a train. The government railway police arrested the suspects. They're calling him the corpse smuggler at Chopra.
And I've got to call attention to that initial sentence because I think it's poorly written. A man was caught with skulls and bones of 50 different people on a train.
Yeah.
It should be a man was caught on a train with skulls and bones of 50 different people because it sounds like they're all train passengers that he has the skulls and bones of. Well, I guess they technically were. They were 50 people.
Yeah.
They were 50 passengers.
They all had skulls and bones, right?
Yeah. All right.
All the alive ones.
I retract my statement, Your Honor.
The arrested man, he's identified as Sanjay Prasad, was carrying 16 human skulls and 34 skeletal remains in his luggage and was traveling from the Bella Sada Express to Kolkata, from where the police said he was heading for the border of Bhutan.
I hope he had his passport.
Bhutanese. Why do I not have that handy? Why didn't I have that handy? Hold on. Bhutanese. Wait. Passport. What did I save this as? Oh, here we go. Here you go.
Bhutanese passport.
Still so weird.
I swear that's a robot from Jabba's barge.
Yeah. It does sound like a little puppet alien for sure.
Totally does, yeah.
Anyway, they say the skeletons, which according to the suspect were brought from Balia to Uttar Pradesh, were meant to be smuggled to China via Bhutan, reported the Times of India. He says he's part of a gang who supplied human skeletons to tantrics and occultists in the Himalayan kingdom. Also claimed there was huge demand for skeletons among medical students in China. He has been sent to jail while further investigation is around trying to find his accomplices. It was unclear how he allegedly obtained these skeletal remains. While grave robbing in poor areas is not unheard of, it usually takes place in Muslim or Christian communities as Hindus favor cremation.
Oh.
Yeah. I favor cremation. I would like to be cremated.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know why people give a crap if they're in the ground or not. I don't understand it.
Don't.
My mother-in-law thinks it's crazy. She's like, of course you're not going to be cremated. I'm like, why? What's the difference? You cremate me now, and I'm a nice, fine, fun dust to mess around with. Put me in a grave. It'd take a year or two, but I'll just be a mushy, disgusting pile of goop that's worse than dust. So what are you doing?
Is it so that people have an actual marker to go to as opposed to having your ashes spread at
I think
the Anaheim Convention Center or something?
I think chunks of Christianity have a belief that if you don't have the body, then you don't have a resurrection point. Like if you're going to come in the grand resurrection, you gotta have a body there. But my point is the body's not there either. At the end, it's just worm food. So you're not going to have any better deal with that. If you're gonna let's say that happens. You got to pull the molecules from somewhere. It may as well be your dust. Who cares?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
and have it happen, and then you can still make a burial. Like my dad was cremated, they put him in a nice little plot. His stuff is buried in a beautiful little place, and we go visit it all the time. He didn't request to have himself sprinkled anywhere, although I still want to go on brownies at an old folks home. I'm really excited about that. Just sprinkle me in. Just put me into the batter, mix it up, make some brownies, feed it to old people. That's what I want.
This actually tastes better than the usual brownies we get.
These aren't bad. What's in this?
Human remains. Yeah, I feel like whatever. It doesn't matter. Get yourself cremated. That's what I'm saying. Okay, we're gonna take a break. When we come back, major spoilers will be here. We got a lot to talk about, including the sad news that we've already discussed a little bit about, but I want to get his take on the whole Daredevil leaving Netflix thing and the broader conspiracy that perhaps Disney is planning on something big with their new streaming service.
I hope that's the case.
We shall see. But before all of that, Brian Ibbett will now regale us with music. Brian?
That's right. We are going to a band called Darksoft. Just getting ready to release their brand new album, Brain, or they've just released, their brand new album, Brain. These guys are, like combination-wise, they've got some electronica going, but they've got kind of a, there's a 90s artist, and I'm blanking on the guy's name. Yikes. And then the music just plays in my ear.
Great.
Elliott Smith. So kind of an Elliott Smith kind of sound. Really, really good. Anyway, these guys are in a constant limbo, as they say, between digital futurism and watery introspection. Boy, I don't know about that, but I like it. The brand new song is called Code Red. Here is Darksoft.
And we've marked it. And now we play this.
You feel like you're floating. You concentrate on one object, a tree in the distance. It's called fixing. As you concentrate, time slows down. You hallucinate, that is, you dream. This is called tripping.
I didn't hurt anybody. Nobody's going to tell me what to do.
He's not the Messiah. He's a very naughty boy. This is the morning stream.
All right, we're back, everybody. Welcome back. Steven Schleicher on his way. Gonna get all up in it.
Good. Very good.
Yeah, he's a good man, that Steven Schleicher.
That's cool. If you want to hear, by the way, if you want to hear more from Darksoft, you can go to lookuprecords.com. That's look-up-records.com/Darksoft.
Oh, sorry. Say that last part, /Darksoft?
/Darksoft. DARKSOFT.
Freaking Skype.
Really good stuff.
Skype got in the way there.
Oh, no.
That's what happened there. Check this out. Welcome to the program, to the stage, to the world, Mr. Steven Schleicher of Major Spoilers fame, all the way from Hays, Kansas. Good morning, sir. How's it going?
Good morning. It's going well.
Yeah? Do you guys have snow, or are you guys good?
No, we had snow on Saturday, but just a light dusting.
A light dusting.
Yeah, if somebody scattered their ashes across the lawn, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
Yeah. What's your take on that? You want to be buried? You want to be...
Oh, no. My wife and I decided long ago that we were going to be cremated.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you there. I feel like... I don't know. I just don't get the point. I don't understand the point. You're just taking up a bunch more room.
Yep.
It's more expensive for everybody who's still living. I don't want to saddle them with things. Just it's no problem. Just burn me up. I mean, give me a good argument, somebody out there. You know what? I love these kinds of things because we'll get emails. People can explain it to me. Why do you want... And I've got family members who think I'm crazy and are absolutely adamant that I should not be cremated. So I already get the argument. I get them all the time. I just want to know people's takes. You know, do you want to...
I can't imagine anyone would have a reason to suggest regular burial versus cremation that wouldn't have some sort of religious reasoning, because...
It'd have to be, right?
Yeah, otherwise, what's the difference, really? I mean, you take up more room as a full-length plot in a graveyard than you would with a headstone and an urn.
Take me to the viewing, have everybody go by all disgusted, all sad, not disgusted, all sad and freaked out that I'm dead and everything, and then sew it up, take it down to the thing.
I wish the embalmer would have put some clothes on him.
Exactly. Shove me through the oven. I'm good. I don't feel it. It's not painful for anybody.
Doesn't Justin Robert Young want a sky burial? I think he said one time he wanted that.
Probably. That guy wants us all breathing him in when he's dead. That's what he wants. He wants us all breathing in his spores.
Says the guy who wants to be sprinkled on brownies.
Yeah, but they're almost dead. They're almost dead. They're in their 80s. They don't care. They just want good brownies. They don't care what's in it. Serious. And they can still be really good brownies, right? Yeah. Have somebody come in, get Paul Hollywood and Mary Berry on the phone, and have them make the best brownies you've ever had, and just a little bit of Scott sprinkle in there, and we're good.
Really hope you outlive Mary Berry.
I do too. Paul Hollywood, could go either way, but I watched the Christmas special of that show, and he told some lady that she had nice. Oh, they had to make Christmas globes. It's their Christmas special. It's on Netflix right now, and it's only a single episode, and they have a bunch of all-stars from previous seasons.
Oh, great. I got to watch that. Awesome.
They all come in, and they make a Christmas thing, 3 things, and then they pick winners and stuff. Anyway, one of them is they have to kind of blow sugar. What do you call that? You make a sugar dome. I don't know what you call that. It's a word for how you make that kind of thing. Anyway, you make a dome out of sugar to make it seem like a snow globe. And he said to one of the lady contestants, "Nice globes." And then everybody snickered. Paul Hollywood getting his booby joke in there. Did you see that?
Wow. And he's usually not the one to do that. You know, I mean, we had that one guy who looked like Edward Norton who got kicked off the show last year because
he was
they ended that season midway, or ended showing that season midway because he was a
dirty bird.
He was a dirty bird.
Yeah. Well, speaking of dirty
the Great
birds,
American one is coming with Baby Spice. Speaking of which,
oh my Lord, really? She's co-hosting.
I'm all over that.
Who's the other half? Who's her other better half?
Well, Paul Hollywood and another woman are going to be the judges.
Yeah.
Baby Spice and a football player who was on the previous season, whose name I can't remember.
Football like international football or football like pro football?
No, football like American football.
Really?
NFL player, yeah.
That's weird. Okay. All right. Yeah. John Madden.
Anyway.
Got it. Nailed it. Steven, enough about this. Let's talk about you and things you have. So this Daredevil news is a bummer for a lot of people because many people I've talked to think season 3 is like the pinnacle of the series, and they were
it is really
more.
good.
Yeah.
I've got about 3 more episodes left, but it is much better than season 2.
Yeah,
I'd say it's on par with season 1, but it's very, very good. In fact, some people are so upset about this that they are canceling their Netflix subscriptions. And I got to be honest, this is not a Netflix decision to cancel this. You know, we heard that with Luke Cage, it was a writer's room issue, but this is really just a Disney issue. It is no surprise that when Disney says, "Hey, we're going to start a streaming service," and then suddenly they're like, "Yeah, we're yanking all of the Star Wars stuff and all of the Marvel's movie stuff off these other streaming services so that they'll be in one place when our Disney Plus streaming services launch." The writing was on the wall that there wasn't going to be any more Netflix Marvel's shows going forward. Now, we haven't heard about The Defenders or Jessica Jones yet, but I can bet that, or Punisher, I can bet that those are going to be canceled very much in the same vein. Now, the thing is, both Netflix and Marvel have said that we have plans for these characters in the future. So my guess is that we are going to see Daredevil, Iron Man, Iron Fist, Jessica Jones, Defenders, Punishers all move over to that Disney Plus service when it launches next year. Now, it may not be there available right away when the service launches as a new series, but my guess is within a year we will have announcements that these shows will be on that Disney Plus service. And my guess is Disney ran the numbers. They said, look, what we're paying Netflix or to get this done, we can make that all ourselves just through the subscription numbers.
Yeah. I can.
By the way, and you said Iron Man, I know you meant Power Man.
I meant Power Man, sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Power Man.
Iron Man and Iron Fist.
When I heard you say Iron Fist, I thought you said Iron Fish, and then it got me to thinking I would watch an animated show called The Adventures of Iron Fish. That'd be great. Hey, Marvel, you want me to give a poop about Iron Fist? That's how you do it.
I'm the last protector of Carp Lun.
Yeah.
I'm the immortal Iron Fish.
Yeah, and you have a bunch of fish-related, the big, what's his name? The Kingpin, he could be called the
Kingfish?
Kingfish, because there's actually a kingfish, isn't there?
Mm-hmm. Right.
What else? I can't think of any more fish jokes, but all the fish jokes you could put in there. There's so many. The Adventures of Iron Fish. Oh, yeah. Anyway, so it's a thing. Netflix keeps these seasons, obviously. They've That's their deal in perpetuity.
And until their license wears out on that.
Oh, I didn't realize there was an end game to that. I thought.
Yeah, I mean, they say, but within 3 to 5 years, that will be off the Netflix service as well.
Okay, but do you, in any fashion, do you see Netflix or Disney's? What are they going to call it? Disney Plus.
Disney Plus.
I freaking hate it. Anyway, it's a dumb name. I'm too lazy. Come up with something better. Anyway, there's a million pluses. It's stupid. Anyway, when they do that, do you see under any circumstances this same? Let's say they launch a Daredevil show. It's the same cast. Do you think?
That is the question that myself and a bunch of other people have been talking about this past week, is that we don't know how contracts work. There might be an issue where, hey, this was a Netflix deal. Charlie Cox and the rest could all be off doing something else and not be available for this. Or Marvel may just want to say, hey, we are making sure that this is definitely ours. And so we're recasting with a whole new group of people.
Yeah.
But Vincent D'Onofrio, man, he is
cast,
fantastic.
but probably not same level of violence if it's...
And that's another thing that people are concerned about. Is it going to have this hard R? Are we going to see, bloody faces and eyeballs popping out and crazy stuff? Or is this going to be the toned down PG-13, which I think also turns off a lot of people?
Yeah. Brian, how about, sorry, this is for Ibbott real quick. Macmillan and Wife. Did you watch Macmillan and Wife? Okay. I just want to throw these in every once in a while as I think of them. Okay.
No, but that also starred John Schuck, apparently.
Oh, it did? That's why it's up here, probably, because I searched
Yo-Yo and Holmes and Yo-Yo.
Also, it must have sucked to have been Wife. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
Hey, it's Macmillan and Wife.
Well, she was Macmillan, too. So they should have been Macmillan and Macmillan, because wasn't that their last names?
or just the Macmillans. Macmillan
Listen,
and
if
Wife.
Keith and the girl can make it in this crazy, crazy world, then certainly Macmillan and Wife.
That's
McClintock? Did you watch McClintock?
No, did you watch?
No, what was that guy's name that rode his horse? Always wore the cowboy outfit and.
Not
McClintock.
No.
I can already tell you, probably not.
No,
based on that
Western.
description.
No, it wasn't Western. It was like a police procedural thing. He was like this very cowboyish dude. Always wore like the buckskin jacket and the cowboy hat. I think he was in New York City. Now I forget what the name of it is.
Well, did it have really sweet ladylike storylines? Because if not, Brian wasn't interested.
Come on now. No, wait a minute. Sweet ladylike storylines. I watched Quincy. I watched MASH. I watched
McCloud. That's it.
McCloud. I never even heard of McCloud. Yeah, I don't even know what that is. All right, I'm just teasing. Let's talk about this now. Star Wars Kids and the Star Wars Galaxy of Adventures. We talked about this on some show. Was it here? Yeah, we did. Brian and I talked about it briefly. What's your take on this? Because we're still confused about how they claim they want to do educational stuff with it.
Oh, I don't see this as educational at all. I mean, I sat down and watched these, and they're fine. Basically, they're taking and in some cases recutting the original audio from the Star Wars movies, and then turning them into these really quick little shorts of these characters and how these characters interact. And the animation is really well done.
And it's out now. All of them?
It is now. Yeah, you can watch them all right now on YouTube, on the YouTube Kids, Disney YouTube Kids channel.
But it's just the first 6. Like, they haven't gotten into new
No, they haven't done Princess Leia or any of that.
I'm very excited about this.
It looks good. They're super short. And to be honest, I wouldn't mind actually seeing. I mean, they're always remaking or redoing these Star Wars films and figuring out another way to get us to pay another ticket for it.
Yeah.
I would totally watch an entire movie done in this style. And it's just the original audio from the first film.
Yeah, it's very cool style. It's like, I don't know what to compare it to. I wouldn't call it anime, although there's some definite.
It's the closest to it.
Yeah, there's some styling there that's similar, but I don't know. It's kind of its own thing. It's really cool. All right. But Ryan, remember the stuff we were reading? They were like, "Oh, these are going to be great educational experiences as well. We're going to try to teach kids."
And that's why I'm saying that once they finish the original 6, which were basically a way to get your kids into Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
This is the shoehorn that makes an easy transition for them to see 7, 8, and 9. My guess is that once they do that, then it's going to be the stories that are in the Star Wars universe that maybe have a little bit of an educational ending to them, like, kind of like what they did with the first season of, was it Clone Wars where they did that? There was one where it was like, and I guess they had that sprinkled all throughout Clone Wars, right? Where it was like learning about diplomacy and friendship is the most important thing ever.
Were they like PSAs or something? Like at the end of the thing where it's like, as we've learned in today's episode.
No, not at all. Not at all. But it was just the fact that the storyline included something where a quote-unquote life lesson would be there. And it was usually Anakin or Ahsoka that were learning this life lesson.
Oh.
Actually, it's usually Ahsoka learning the life lesson from Anakin.
Okay. Well, Anakin continues to confound me.
Not an overt PSA kind of thing, but it was like and that's why your loyalty comes first.
Yeah. I'll tell you what I'd do, Steven. I'd watch an entire shot-for-shot remake of New Hope to begin with.
Yeah.
In this style.
Yeah, totally.
And
totally would be on board.
And just keep the dialogue. Who cares? Like, just literally shot for shot. Your dialogue's already done and read. You already own it. Like, you don't need to go recast all this. Just make your movie.
That does bring in some other issues, especially if you look at if you go and do a search for the controversy among the new live action Lion King, whereas people are saying, oh, this is just a shot for shot remake of the animated movie. And that brings into question, hey, Disney's already paid for the storyboards and the writing and all this other stuff. Where does the residuals come in, and who's getting ripped off in this case? And would you pay all of the actors who were in this if you were using their lines and dialogues from the movie? And what if, because, Harrison Ford had signed to be an actor in this movie, not a voiceover actor, could he go in and say, no, I don't want you to use my dialogue from this movie in this form or in this way? So it does bring up a lot of creative issues.
I can see that. Okay. The thing with the Lion King thing, let me talk about this for a second. The reason I don't really have a problem with that thing is because it's not a line-for-line recreation, nor... No. I mean, the trailer highlights a bunch of spots. You're like, oh, it's the part where he puts the thing on his head and holds him up in front of all the animals and they freak out. Like, I know they're doing that, but they're doing that for trailer reasons. I don't think this thing's a shot-for-shot remake. So
I hope not.
It's not going to be. It can't be. There's too much you can do that means you can have freedom to go and do better, different kinds of shots, different kind of angles, different kind of everything. You're going to keep the same core story, but you're not going to go line for line. You may have the music. So really, it's just writers, music. They get paid, or they should get paid for residuals because they worked on all that stuff. But if it's a shot for shot movie, that's a whole different animal. I don't think it is, though. There's no confirmation that that's true anyway, is it?
No, but a lot of people are talking about it because of the trailer. But going back to your statement about how you would watch a shot-for-shot animated version using everything from the movie, that does raise these issues and concerns.
Right. Well, I'm very curious about it. I'd still watch the hell out of that, though.
I mean, it looks good. It looks great.
Yeah, I like the Wookiee treatment is maybe my favorite. The way he was given a big wide mouth.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to see him and Han Solo go do adventures. That's what I want. That'd be awesome. That's the Solo I want. Screw the movie. I mean, the movie's all right, but that's what I really want. All right. Well, this is great. Majorspoilers.com is a place you can go hang out, read stuff, and find the latest and greatest on such nerdy pursuits as this, movies, comic books, TV, and more. Steven, is there anything else you'd like to mention before we go?
Yes, I think a lot of people are going to say, but Steven and Scott and Brian, how come you guys aren't talking about the Cowboy Bebop live action adaptation from Netflix? And that's because we will be talking about it this week, not the three of us, but myself and my fellow co-hosts on the Major Spoilers podcast. We will record that tomorrow night. It'll be out Wednesday morning for you. Go check it out. We're going to spend a great deal of the episode talking about pros, cons, concerns, and maybe some of our favorite Cowboy Bebop moments on the Major Spoilers podcast this week.
It's my favorite anime. With my I have limited exposure to tons of it or anything. Like, I'm not a huge anime guy, but it's my favorite I've ever seen. I loved Cowboy Bebop. So I know people are worried. I'm not. I'm stoked. Bring it. Let's go. Let's give it a shot. If it doesn't work, I still have the anime. That's fine. It's just like that, Full Metal Alchemist? That live action thing is garbage.
Yeah, it is.
But this doesn't change how much I love the anime. It's still good. So don't worry, everybody. No one's robbing your childhood. Just watch a thing, and if it's bad, we'll learn next time. It's fine. Right?
Yeah, but see, that's part of the argument, right? Is that multiple times now Netflix has done a live-action adaptation of something, and it has been subpar.
Well, Death Note, some people really like that thing.
The live-action one, really?
Yeah.
I know the anime is beloved, but I haven't heard anybody like the live action Death Note compared to the
I've heard from a few 20-somethings who like it, but I don't know if they're good. They may not be the demographic I want to talk to.
Yeah, never trust 20-somethings.
I know, they're the worst. They move all into a very nice apartment that nobody clearly can pay for and yell at Joey all the time when he comes over and does something dumb. My wife's rewatching Friends, and it's killing me. It's kind of killing me slowly.
Which is worse? Because I know you want to get Darryl in on here, but which is worse? Holiday Hallmark movies or rewatching Friends?
Holiday Hallmark movies for me. Friends is a funny show. Like it's a fun comedy, and there's nothing wrong with Friends except for the very special episodes when Ross and Rachel get back together, or when there's a breakup, or when the audience goes, "Wee!"
Yes, exactly.
I freaking hate that stuff.
Any very special episode, or any anything where the audience, a puppy comes in and the whole audience or a couple characters kiss and the audience goes, "Woo!"
It is fun when you binge that show, or she's binging it again. It's always like a before bedtime kind of just dumb thing to watch, and they put it up.
Right.
When she watches it, or when you watch it in that rapid succession, it's really weird to see Chandler's weight loss and gain and weight loss.
Totally.
It's so rapid that when it was airing normally, you never noticed. But in this thing, it's just like, oh my gosh, he is way too skinny here. This is probably when the drug thing was happening. But anyway.
It's funny. Cheers was filmed in front of a live studio audience, and they never had any of that stuff. Like when Sam and Diane first kissed, they didn't have the audience go, "Woo!"
No.
I mean, I guess it's something that they just encourage for certain shows and don't do for other ones.
You know what? Here's my advice. Be like Seinfeld. Never take yourself seriously. Do that. Right. Always be funny. Always be laughing at yourself. Always be laughing at each other. Never try to be serious. That's the Seinfeld way. It's the Seinfeld way. All right, Steven, it's been a pleasure. Any advice for the audience as they enter into a cold, dry winter season?
Oh, yes. Always stay hydrated.
Excellent. Thank you very much for that. I wanted to give him a hint that I was going to go there, so I did.
Very well done, yes.
We are actually going to call Darryl because apparently he's got some news. So,
oh, cool. Good.
We'll see how this goes. Yeah, it's a slow pickup, but he got there eventually. Hi, Darryl.
Hello.
Hi. Welcome to your segment. How are you?
I am good. Thank
that's fantastic. You all right? Everything fine?
Yeah.
All right. I don't know what that was. Someone grabbed you in the butt, or what happened there?
I don't know.
You're okay? All right. Here's your intro.
I protest. I am not a merry man.
Can I swim while I am on my period?
Yes, that's the answer. And you're here. We're going to talk about Star Trek stuff. There actually is Star Trek stuff this week, you guys.
There is.
Unlike the 2-week drought we just left, where there was precisely Jack poop.
Hey, pretty soon there's going to be a lot of Star Trek stuff. So
this is true.
Hold on to your butts.
How soon? Is it January? Or when do we get it?
January. Yeah.
January.
Yep, 17th.
They're beating out, what's the other one I care about? Oh, Game of Thrones is until April.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of...
We get Orville later this month. Are you caught up with Orville, by the way, Scott?
Would it surprise you to hear that I still haven't seen anything past that first episode?
It would surprise. No, it wouldn't surprise me, but you should.
It's not that I don't want to. I just forget to do it. I just need to do it.
Yeah, just do it. Just put it on your list. Start doing that. I don't know where probably Fox, the Fox app.
Yeah. Is that where I can do it?
I wonder if it's on Hulu. Might be on Hulu.
Yeah. Or maybe
it is.
One of my Plex buddies maybe has it. Oh, is it on Hulu? I'll do it there. I'd pay for Hulu.
There you go.
Darryl, let's get to it. We got some news here. Star Trek Cruise number 3. It's almost sold out. They have 40 rooms left. It's $1,000 each.
Yeah, and that's the cheap price.
Yeah, what's the... Because that's the inside
Who's on the ship?
Yeah,
who are you going to catch Legionnaire's disease with?
Yeah.
Probably Krusty Space Hands guy. He'll be there.
So, wait, John Delancey? Okay, so he'll be there.
Looking for someone to share his room. That's actually $500 for share a room with John Delancey.
Don't come with $4.99 or he won't let you do it. All right.
He cannot make change.
Nope. Let me guess. Shatner?
No, there's a long list, but no captains other than Jason Isaacs.
Okay, Jason. Oh, Jason Isaacs. That guy doesn't have to bother with any of this. He's got a real actor career. He doesn't have to do this stuff. I mean, I like that they do it, but it's also kind of like Jason Isaacs. You're a cool villain in things and you do other things. You don't have to do this. But anyway, whatever. All right, so no. Okay, let me guess. I'm guessing Rene Aubergenois, who we just saw in The Eyes of Laura Mars, is not going.
He is.
Oh, he's going.
He is.
Yes.
Ah, that's great.
Are you going to the all-night buffet?
We could do a back and forth contest and see who wins.
Brian's voice.
All right, let's start with original series. I'm going to guess out of anybody from the original series, and let's just say Bridge Crews on all of these.
Okay.
I'm going to say Nichelle Nichols is on the list of going.
I don't see her on.
Oh,
here.
no.
Wow. All right, Scott, your turn.
Okay, my turn. It's like a little battle royale kind of.
It is kind of, yeah.
We'll stay original series. That's going to get real slim, though, isn't it? These days.
Can you tell us how many people from the Bridge Crew original series are going to be on the ship?
On this list, the number is 0.
0.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then that could have gone a long time. And
yeah.
They're all very old or dead, so probably not them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bert.
You'll see. That's Renee Rosenwasser, Bert.
Bert.
Big boys. Big boys.
Frankly, I don't do Rona Barrett.
Great. I'm gonna say let's stick with DS9 for a minute.
Okay.
Amarin Shimmerman.
Oh, he's a good guess.
Let's see. I don't
Quark.
see him on here.
No? Damn it. What's he doing?
What about Bashir?
Dr. Bashir?
Dr. Bashir.
He was on the Game of Thrones. He's dead now, though, that character.
Yep.
He was great on that.
I think he's between projects right now. Feels like this might be a...
Yeah, maybe not.
I don't see him on here.
I think he eschews his old Trekdom. I'm not sure about that, though.
Oh,
okay, we'll stay there, though. You said Cisco's not coming, so Jake isn't doing anything. Jake Sisko, played by guy's name I don't know.
Nope, not on here.
What? Can you tell me how many people?
Chief O'Brien.
No.
Is he on here?
No. Cole Meany, he doesn't have to do any of this.
No, he doesn't. And he's not.
Okay.
And he's not. Okay.
He's busy. He's being cast in good things.
Are there any people on this crew?
There are a bunch.
It's just Odo who lives in a bucket.
Picardo.
Oh, Robert Picardo.
Picardo's on the ship.
Yes, he's going to be there.
All right, nice. Ding, ding, ding. Well done, Brian. So we got Odo, Picardo.
Basically, if your name ends with an O, you're on the ship.
Let me go Voyager for a second. Tim Russ.
I don't see him on here. No.
This is the worst cruise.
Jeez, is anybody going to be
I'm not going to pay $1,000. Okay, tell us who's on the list so we know.
Well, the list looks long,
Gates
but I guess it's
McFadden.
not.
Gates McFadden?
Is she there? Looking down the list. Yes, she is there.
Okay. How about Michael Dorn? He's always down to clown.
I
am not a married man.
I think he is.
Yeah.
I don't see him on the list. Oh, yes, I do. There he is.
All right. And I'm guessing Will Wheaton's not going.
Yes, he is.
What?
Number 1 on the list.
What?
Wow.
That surprises me for some reason. I don't know why it does. All right. Well, there you go. Give me the prominent names. Who else?
Okay. Jonathan Frakes will be there.
All right.
Oh.
Brent Spiner.
Yeah.
And you guessed a bunch of others. Denise Crosby.
This is a very TNG cruise then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, Denise Crosby will show up to a cruise, but she won't put herself on camera for Battle of Brockbent's All-Stars.
It'll just be her disembodied hands with figures.
she'll just have her arms sticking out of the cabin with a couple of action figures.
Yeah. Go find the old Nerdtacular 2017 stream, you guys, and you'll know exactly what we're talking about. It was the weirdest freaking thing ever. So wait, you said Denise Crosby.
Mm-hmm.
Who else?
Mary Chieffo, who's the Klingon lady from Discovery.
Okay. Oh, I like her. She was nice.
Mm-hmm. Kenneth Mitchell, who is another Klingon. Who is he? Oh, I don't remember.
Does he have honor now?
Yeah, he has Discovery honor.
They should. those guys should all be required to dress in bumpy head. What do you think? Like just them, because we only know them as Klingons with all the makeup. I don't want to see them outside of that. Mm-hmm. You know. But crusty space hands, good to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't try to get
I think a couple of them do actually, or have in the past on past cruises dressed up in their old makeup.
Yeah. Well,
like I think a couple of Ferengis have for sure, and a couple of Klingons.
Yeah. It's a bummer that Quark's not there because he's great. How about Nog or Non or whatever their names are? Rom.
Max Grodenchik, he'll be there.
Which one's he? Who's he play?
Who is he? Is he Nog?
I don't know.
He's one of those guys.
He's one of those two Ferengis we hate. Okay, good.
Did we already name the dude who played like 8 people on Deep Space Nine? The guy who was the
Jeffrey Combs. Jeffrey Combs.
We did say Jeffrey. Yeah, we did say Jeffrey.
Did we say
Combs.
him?
Okay.
I don't know if we did.
I don't think you did, but he's not there. But you can put Casey Biggs in his place because he's there.
Who's Casey Biggs?
Who did he play? He played a bunch of those guys.
He was Silverman in Saving Silverman. No, that's Jason Biggs. I don't know who this other Biggs person is. I have no idea.
Damar
is
who he was.
Damar Biggs. Oh,
Damar Biggs.
All right. Well, moving on. Hey, the Discovery Season 2 trailer's out. I haven't looked at it yet. For some reason, I'm a little nervous too. Have you looked at it, Brian?
I have, and I'm really excited about it.
I feel like I should look at it. I'm not going to do it now.
It's good.
Oh, look at Spock with all the hair, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Weird. He's like hipster coffee guy. Look at him. Chat room, you can see this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that. That's Spock and all the. I mean, he looks like he's like, you want cream with that latte or
order here for Damon. Order for Damon.
Yeah. Oh, chat room wants to know if Brent Spiner's on that list, real quick.
Yeah, we already said Brent.
Oh, did you say Brent Spiner? Okay, I missed it. So Data will be there. Who else do you need? That's all you need is Data.
Right.
Data's always good. Anyway,
$80 for a signature.
I still am a little taken aback. Oh, I forgot Tig Notaro's in this season. She's so weird looking. She's going to be great. Is she in the trailer? Because she's so
I don't remember her in the trailer, no.
She's very weird looking. Tall, slender, strange looking.
Oh, you mean what am I saying? Kelpian.
Boa constrictor. No, a Kelpian? Are the Kelpians, that's part of what's his name's race, isn't it?
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, perfect. She's perfect then.
Jones, yeah.
She's tall, slender, weird looking. Like that's perfect. Oh my gosh, look at Spock. He's so hairy.
Yeah.
Oh, they are really fan servicing us on this, though, aren't they? That's really what's going on here. This isn't about a new season of Discovery. It's about Spock being in it, which is a little annoying. It's fine.
I hope not. I hope it's more than that. I think it will be.
All right. Well, I believe in you, Darryl. And finally, or not finally, Discovery Season 1 Blu-ray now out for $35. So if you didn't see it and you want to get it in beautiful high definition, you can. $35 for the entire season. That's actually a pretty good deal.
Yeah, on Blu-ray.
It's not bad.
I guess the audio is really great in that, and they didn't have it in 5.1 on CBS All Access. It's just regular stereo.
Yeah, because I think that app won't do 5.1, or it didn't at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But that makes sense though. They would have mastered it in Dolby. Ooh, what's Janice from accounting is trying to get your attention or what?
Darryl clearing their throat in the background there.
It's like, Darryl, are you coming to the break room for the donuts for Cheryl? She's leaving today. You know, is that what's going on? No, maybe. All right. Finally, movies 1 through 10 are all $30. That's even a better deal.
That's crazy, yeah.
Yeah, I may have to do that. Where's that? What's that on? Is that on Blu-ray?
Through the, so basically, that's all the original series and Next Generation crew, right? Like movie 11 was just the Star Trek with Chris Pine, the reboot.
Yeah.
That would have been 11, right? Was 10 Nemesis?
I think so, wasn't it?
You might be right.
Was Nemesis the last of the Next Generation?
Yeah, it was. But I don't remember what order it was in. Because Nemesis would have been 8. 8 was the best TNG one where they fought the Borg. What's that called? First Contact.
8 was the First Contact. Insurrection.
9 was Insurrection.
9.
10 was Nemesis. Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
Yep. So 11 was the reboot, which makes sense. That's like number 1 on the new 10 scale. Darryl, that's great. That's freaking fantastic. Everyone should run out and grab that stuff. And I'm glad you had news today. This has been a very exciting time with you and your coffin lady next to you. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Darryl,
maybe we'll have more news next weekend. Maybe not.
She's not coffin lady. She wants to be cremated.
Oh, yeah. That is, ladies and gentlemen, is a throwback, is what that is, to earlier in the show.
There is one more thing.
Yeah, what's that?
Yeah.
On Thursday, the next short comes out. And this will be a Saru story.
This will be
Is
Martin
this the last of the short treks?
Is it? No, there's one more after that.
Okay. And you those so far, how have you felt? I mean, are you with it?
Yeah, wavery hand. They're not bad, but they're not episodes.
Yeah.
They're okay.
Okay. That's fair. Well, I look forward to everything related to all this stuff, and I can't wait for January in that one regard. But I would like time to stop speeding up. If that would be great, Father Time. If he's
Yes.
listening. Darryl is the Trek Nerd on Twitter. You can also find him at This Week in Trek at thisweekintrek.com. Have a fantastic week, Darryl. We'll see you next time.
Ga ga ga.
Ga ga ga.
Ga-ga.
Ga ga. All right. Well, that brings us to a point in the show where I'm going to read people an email. And they're just going to have to sit there and take it, okay? It's just how it's going to be.
Buckle in.
Here's the email. Brian plus Scott. This is from Stephanie.
Yes.
Okay. So first comment. You two are more in the category of small local business. And from my perspective, you should be supporting local businesses more. Maybe it's bad podcasting to talk about smaller businesses in your community for those around the world who might not be able to try it. But in terms of finding good nachos, if you're only looking toward corporate big businesses, of course you're not going to find a great selection. I'm one of the few people who works for Yelp in Salt Lake City. And I also emailed you about veganism. But this time I figured I'd give you a little push forward about local businesses in Salt Lake City that have nachos that everyone raves about. Sorry, Brian, because they didn't.
Yeah, I'll go sit out.
Yeah, you can sit this
Actually,
one out.
I shouldn't be having nachos anyway, so that's all right, Steph.
That's true,
Totally
but
fine.
I totally want nachos right now again. I'm craving them all the time. Something's going on with me chemically. I don't know what's up, but I want nachos all the time.
She's about to give you a list of ones to go check out.
All right, here you go. Gracie's, which is a bar 21 and up. I've been there before. They have really good nachos, she says. Stephanie also says Chili Teppan. I don't know where that is, but I'll check it out. Porcupine Grill. That's where I went the other day, and they were good. Mm-hmm. They were really good. Lake Effect, 21 and up. They have something called Tin Can Nachos. And then Taqueria 27, which I go to constantly, but I always just get the tacos, and they are amazing. It's one of my favorite places in all the state. And they have 3 locations now, and they're fan-freaking-tastic. But Taqueria 27, I did not even think about nachos. I'm doing it next time I go, guaranteed. And then he says, but honestly, I still think the best nachos in town are the vegan ones. At Zest, another bar, and then a place called Bolt Cutter. Go try these. They will change your life.
How? I mean, I know you can do vegan nachos, but I'd be worried that the lack of cheese, I guess, is it...
It's vegan cheese.
Vegan cheese, yeah. Tofu based.
Yeah, they get it from between their toes and out their armpits.
Oh, jeez.
That's from the vegans.
That's a selling point right there.
It's from the vegans. They get up in the mirror and they get a little butter knife and just kind of slough it off into a cup and then melt it on your...
Fabulous.
Right? Isn't that
right on.
I think that's it. It says our community in Salt Lake is so rich and the businesses work so cooperatively that I think you should be giving back to the community more, branching out from Taco Bell and try something amazing that's local. But that's just my opinion. Love the show, Steph. Well, Stephanie, I'm all with you.
No argument at all.
Oh, yeah. I love local places.
And the only reason Taco Bell came into this is because when we were teenagers and Taco Bell had Nachos Deluxe or whatever they were called, Nachos Bel Grande, that was at the time the bar that we would set all future nachos against, just because it was the first, probably for us, the first big nachos thing that we had.
Yeah, and it was for me too. But I know there are plenty of local stuff, and I'm on a hunt right now for the best nachos in town.
I looked on Yelp, by the way, to see which places are recommended in Arvada, and the place that's 2 blocks away from me, El Señor Sol, gets some high marks for their nachos, and I've never had nachos there, so kind of all in. Blah, blah, blah.
Walking Glitch in the chat, who also it sounds like from around here, says, do all the Beto's and Rancheritos count as local? I think so. I think those are all locally owned. I don't know if they have good nachos, though. Never been. I mean, I've been, but never for nachos. So
sure. We
got a lot of great Southwestern food here. In fact, I forgot all about the blue iguana, or red iguana? There's 2 ones, red iguana, blue iguana. I think they're owned by the same people.
Blue Iguana is a gay nightclub from Police Academy, isn't it?
No, it's an actual place downtown.
Okay, all right.
And they have incredible Southwestern Tex-Mex style food. It's insane. And then the one that's in Park City, equally good. I never tried nachos there. Maybe they're good there too. See, now I've done it, Stephanie. I've talked about all these local institutions.
There you go. See, well done.
Come to Salt Lake. We'll feed you real good. And I agree, actually. There's a thing also going on downtown right now called Straw Lake City. Mm-hmm. It's all these businesses, mostly service-oriented restaurant-style businesses, have all come together and agreed that they will not offer straws automatically. If you want a straw, you ask for one, but otherwise they're not going to give you a straw because the math on how many straws end up in landfills is staggering. And it's something like 80% of plastics that are thrown out every day or something. Like straws are ridiculous on this scale. And so everybody downtown's like, well, let's see if we can reduce that some. We won't give people straws unless they ask for them. They ask for them, we have them. But if they don't ask for them, we're not going to have a bunch of straws thrown to the landfill. It's pretty good.
It is.
Pretty smart way to do it.
Very smart.
All right.
And no Beto's Mexican food in Colorado, sadly. I'm looking at this site, and it's like, oh, this looks so good.
It's all pretty good, although it's a little gut bomby. Like I feel like
is
after,
it? Okay.
I feel like after I'm done, I've eaten a horse. It's just a lot of food, and it all really expands in your guts and stuff.
Maybe you have, Scott.
It also it's photographed very poorly sometimes. Like on their thing where you order it up on the wall and stuff, it's always like, could you use not someone's phone and a yellow light bulb? Like,
yeah, that is exactly. It's like either super white fluorescent lights where everything looks really pale cafeteria food, or
Isn't that annoying? It's annoying.
It is annoying. And as someone whose first foray into doing a website for a restaurant was like getting a light box and actually doing really good pictures of their food, it's like, when you do it right, it just looks amazing.
Yeah, it's real good stuff. All right, we're going to play a mashup because Jamie does these mashups on Mondays. He does a lot of extra stuff too, which I'm way behind on. We got to get to all that at some point. But today we will play a mashup from the list that is 1602 to 1605. So this is pretty recent. We're only on 1607 right now. And this is called Best Song Ever. No idea. Let's play it and find out for ourselves. Yep, we're good. All right. Let's do it.
He brought sake and farts. Here's me taking my pants off.
Here it is.
Here's
inside.
my taint.
Yeah, it's inside me now.
Here's a really close-up photo of my taint. Exit stage right and looking fabulous even. Click subscribe on my Twitch page if you want to see more funerals.
What is up? It's your boy, Dead Guy. Okay.
Look at this font. Isn't it dull?
Everyone uses it because they're lazy as hell. Yeah. Kopia or kopu, koipu. See, whatever how you spell it.
What's an aloha, governor?
What the hell is that? Mapapuanana.
Oh, that's Mapuna Puna. That's a fun one. Mapuna Puna.
Mapuna Puna. I have a shaggy part. I do a rapping song, and I come into the song about halfway through. That's his deal.
You got to do the shaggy voice is a much deeper.
It's a deeper gaga.
Jesse, today we're gonna make cotton candy from meth.
Whatever, bitch.
Science, bitch. You can tell how long it's been since we've seen an episode of Breaking Bad because yours sound a little bit like Shaggy.
Yeah, I went total Shaggy, which, I don't think is too bad.
Zoinks!
Zoinks. Oh my gosh, Fred. Thelma, look.
Zoinks, we're going to be making some meth. What the...
Everything's too gay for
I
him.
tuned in to see some boobs while I smoke my pot.
Yeah.
I've only got 4 minutes to write a Christmas song. You need something to put. Then go ahead and start cooking the vegan mac and cheese. I'll be in there in just a moment.
Simply having.
Just got to work out this chorus. Oh, I know. Kids are singing ding dong, ding dong. Done. All right. Then I'm coming in for my mac and cheese.
I forgot we talked about that. No, it's the worst song ever made, guys.
It is the worst song ever made. Somebody, by the way, after that discussion, because here's a close-up picture of my taint, came from the guy who had a cell phone up his anus in jail, right?
Right, and he didn't know how it got there. He claimed he didn't know. Yeah.
And somebody said that you can do a search for, what was the search? On Amazon, you could actually look up...
weird things up people's butts? No?
No, on Amazon... Like you can look up butt smuggle phones or something like that, and it like lists a whole bunch of small flip phones that'll fit up your butt. I can't remember the search terms that
What?
Yes.
Hold on. Smuggle butt phones. This is going to be I got something I didn't want.
I did this, I'm trying to remember what the
I got something called a men's sexy bulge pouch.
Yeah, I got that same thing.
Not into it.
That's kind of small too.
It's also not.
I would not be proud of that photo.
Also, sexy's the wrong adjective. That's disgusting.
Yeah. Shoot, what was the?
I want to know this now.
Prison phone. Maybe that was it. Prison phone.
Oh my gosh, dude. Look.
Yeah, here it is. Tiny mobile cell phone, but Bluetooth, blah blah blah. Super small, tiny Bluetooth dialer headset module.
Look at this one, the little BM. It's called the BM70. It's called the BM70. That's
please,
great.
I'm clicking on the link of the BM70 as well, and I'm really hoping as I scroll down that frequently bought together includes lube and a condom or something.
No kidding. Let's see some of these.
It doesn't. Just a sim starter kit.
Oh, yeah. It says people bought this with some other stuff. Oh, one of them bought a waterproof Bluetooth earbud. Ugh. I don't want to know about that. Is that the whole... What? Is that the whole have got button? Need, needle, and turn on. What? These are terrible reviews. Okay, let's see what the actual reviews say. Hold on.
Okay. The BM.
What a fantastic tiny phone. Bought it for my kid. He's very happy with it. Fits right up his butt. No, it just doesn't say that. Did not work on AT&T. Okay, we don't care about that. Scam, do not buy. This phone is a scam. They don't even charge. Do not buy. Well, the idea is
it's really just a Bluetooth earpiece for an existing phone.
Oh. Oh,
Yeah,
you're
that one's
right.
not very
But how would you charge it?
Let's see.
Why do you want tiny phones outside of this use that we're finding out about?
Right, exactly.
The BM. That's really funny.
The BM is great.
That's really funny to me. All right. Well, we've given everybody more than they bargained for today.
Yes.
That's going to do it for today's tomfoolery. If you'd like to follow Jamie on Twitter and make suggestions for stories you'd like to hear on Mashups, you can do that. He's at TMS Mashups. We're at Morning Stream, Scott Johnson in Coverville. You can find all our details at frogpants.com/TMS. And a reminder, if you like this show, you should support it. And you can do that very simply and easily and quickly over at patreon.com/TMS. That's patreon.com/TMS. You won't regret it. Okay, Brian, musical time. Musical time.
Musical time. Ooh, heard my echo there.
Oh.
Yes, this one is going out to Veronica Susi, sometimes Nika Susi, Brian and Scott. On December 2nd, I will be turning 37. 2 years ago on this date, I began living full-time as V, or Nika, in parentheses. I've been listening to Frog Pants shows for many years now, and the tadpole was instrumental in my coming out as trans. I would like to request a cover of the song Stronger Than You from the TV show Steven Universe, if at all possible. If that's not possible, I would love to hear my favorite Wind Waker cover, Outset Island, Her Smiling Every Summer, Leave the Snow Toe, Veronica Nika Susi.
Nice.
Very happy to hear from her, and very glad that I was able to find a good cover for her, because this seems like would be a tougher thing to track down a cover of a song from a cartoon. I had to go and watch the original version, which was a little cartoon video, which was really cool. I've never seen an episode of Steven Universe. And
you should. It's fantastic. It's really weird. Yeah. It's really good. I like it.
It reminds me a little bit of Powerpuff Girls, that style and that kind of humor, right?
I'd say so. It's got some other sort of modern sensibilities. It's pretty interesting. My kids adore it, and they're not even kids anymore. They're all 18 or up, but it's good. It's really good.
Cool. Well, this version is a hard rocker version. This is great. Comes from an artist named Nate Wants to Battle. From it's a single, the same name, came out in 2016. Here is Nate Wants to Battle and his cover of Stronger Than You.
All right, we'll play it right now, and we'll be back tomorrow with all the Tuesday shenanigans. We'll see you then. Yep, that was wrong. We'll see you then.
This show is part of the Frog Pants Network.
Frog Pants Network.
Get more shows like this at frogpants.com.
Bert.